Hello and welcome back to ranD&D for our fourth and final player character of this party. As always, I am Tim. Emily is on vacation, so I am joined by...
That bitch is still on vacation?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm Cindy. I'm filling in for Emily.
Today we're going to roll for a random race, class, background, and characteristics to create a random player character and then figure out how they'd play and what their backstory would be.
Let's do it.
Ready?
I'm ready.
So today we're going to make a rogue.
What is that?
Rogues are the most skillful class. Second only to bards, because bards get pretty much all the skills.
I love all the skills.
So rogues are your shady living professionals, burglars and assassins and cut purses and con artists. They prefer cunning over strength and are all about stealth and movement.
You mean that you can send them in first to kill as many?
Sometimes they go in first and can wipe out an entire room.
Shout out to our campaign.
So generally organized into thieves guilds. Thieves guilds are fun plot points that are usually around. And when they are adventurers, they are seeking treasure. Always, always.
Always, always.
So rogues are proficient in light armor. So all your leathers, they get proficiency with simple weapons only, plus pretty much every kind of sword, except for like really big great swords and things. But one-handed swords they can use no problem.
Light and nimble.
And then rogues get to choose 4 skills from athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. They get a lot of skills.
Okay.
Obviously, the key rogue skills are you pretty much always have to take stealth and sleight of hand right away.
Yeah.
Acrobatics is pretty much a gimme. Tactics is pretty much a gimme too, because you're going to have really high dexterity.
Yep.
So maybe there's really only one choice here, but in theory, you could have a really weird, like, strength-based rogue and who wasn't sneaky at all and
that could be interesting.
chose a bunch of different things. I always like kind of like the Sherlock Holmes skills. And is not backflipping out of the room, but can walk in the room and be like, yeah.
Where's the fun in that?
There's a murder here.
No shit, Sherlock.
Make the boringest rogue possible. So every rogue comes with an archetype.
Yep.
This rogue's archetype is Assassin.
Assassin?
So Assassin's archetype is Assassin.
Assassin?
So Assassins are trained in the grim art of death.
Dun dun.
Killers, spies, bounty hunters, even some kinds of death priests.
Death priest.
Yeah, think like House of Black and White, Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
You have no face. Kind of Valar proficiencies in stealth and poisons and disguises. They can do all kinds of stuff. In gameplay, they get a lot of bonuses if they strike first. If they get a surprise attack, whoa, that poor villain that they surprise attack.
It's amazing. I recommend it.
And they're also available later on to take on completely secret identities and mimic people's behavior and speech to like really go faceless assassin type.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they specialize in.
I love it.
So even assassin rogue, our race is half orc.
Half orc.
Half orc. Orc parents. Either way you want to imagine that.
Splice it together.
They are scarred and strong. They have very imposing physiques. They do have some orcish characteristics. They can be a sloping forehead, prominent teeth, jutting jaws. Some are more human or more orcish. Kind of depending on how you want to do it. Scars are very, very common. Part of their personality is they can either like to display their scars, kind of, battle trophies, or they can be super ashamed of their scars and try and hide them.
Oh
no! Orcs are, of course, an evil race. They're god Grumsh. So evil lurks within all of them. Whispers and emotions and feelings from their god are quite common. And if you're a half-orc, you kind of have to figure out how much you're going to let that influence your character and fight against it.
This is interesting.
Yeah. Orcs are actually have pretty deep lore in the Dungeons and Dragons realm. They're not because they're not a naturally occurring race. They were made by an evil god in another plane and sent to the realm. So.
Ooh, could this be the one that our ranger friends hunting down?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Orc gets extra strength and constitution because they're super buff.
Yep.
Dark vision, and they also get 2 really cool abilities. One is savage attacks, so when they crit, they get to roll an extra damage die.
Oh, shit.
And then they get relentless endurance, so if they get knocked to 0 HP, they can stand back up with 1 HP. They can stand back up with 1 HP once a day, basically.
I could have used that.
Yeah, it's some handy racial abilities. Half-orcs, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. So our background for our half-orc rogue Gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. So gladiators are, of course, a type of entertainer. They use their arts of combat and turn it into a spectacle.
Do I entertain you?
Are you not entertained?
Whatever it is.
So
I got the gist.
They have particularly flashy combat moves and know how to work a crowd. They get proficiencies in acrobatics and performance, and they can gain additional proficiencies in unique weapons. Say you want to give them like the trident or the net if you want to go like old school Roman Myrmidon. But and they can also get a as well.
So this is fascinating. It's an assassin who can put on a show with their death.
Yeah, exactly.
That seems contradictory.
So the Gladiator feature is by popular demand. They can always find a place to stay in exchange for performance.
For killing somebody.
Yeah. So enjoy, taverns with a pit fighting ring or,
Do you guys got cockfighting?
arenas or things.
I killed a chicken.
Me versus a chicken, no contest.
The chicken wins.
Alright, so personality characteristics. Come to a new place, I collect local rumors and spread gossip.
Oh, a little gossip hound.
Got a gossip queen.
Oh, Regina George.
Her ideal, greed. I'm only in it for money and fame. Evil.
Ooh.
We got an evil PC.
Yes.
Her bond, I will do anything to prove myself superior to my hated rival.
Ooh, who's the rival?
We'll get to feeling that.
We'll get there.
The flaw, I have trouble keeping my true feelings hidden. My sharp tongue lands me in trouble.
This is just...
Alright. Yeah, so alignment, half-orcs are chaotic. They tend to be evil. Her ideal is evil. I think we gotta go full chaotic evil with this one.
Get laid on. Yep.
Be beautiful.
Yup.
So the Gladiator proficiencies, you get acrobatics and performance. So you get acrobatics for free with the background.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd throw in, of course, sleight of hand and stealth for 2 of your dex skills. And then 2 more skills can go wherever you want. For charisma, you can go deception or intimidation or both. And then perception, I picked perception just because I like. Yeah.
Who wants to keep watch? There's nothing ominous here.
So as always, you want to go full on dexterity pretty much with your rogues. They can be sneaky and do a lot of damage. Constitution's very helpful for staying alive. They have a lot of charisma skills, so I actually put charisma pretty high up in their stats as well.
Yeah.
Strength can be the dump stats. Intelligence and wisdom and all that stuff is thrown in there as well. So pretty balanced, but you definitely want to max out dexterity whenever you can.
100%.
All right, you ready for this backstory? Our half-orc assassin rogue gladiator's name is Yevelda. Yevelda grew up in the slums with the other half-orcs. She survived as a youth through petty theft, dirty fighting, and being faster than her peers. Eventually, she fell in with the local Zentarum. Those are the black network, evil, rogue kind of guys. Criminal underworld. Who made liberal use of her natural abilities and gave her additional training in the roguish arts.
Ooh.
Yevelda's tongue, however, made regular enemies of her peers.
Wait. So she's just Han Solo.
But none more than her rival, Tark. On a routine mission, Tark turned on her and locked the door of the vault, locking Yevelda inside, leaving her to be captured by the city guard.
Oh, shit.
She was sentenced to the arena to die for her crimes, But Yevelda had other plans. She survived many, many fights in the arena and slowly won over the crowd with her savage flourishes. Yevelda, still a convict marked for death, but her position as a crowd favorite gladiator has earned her privileges to travel and go about her own business. Yevelda is bound to always return to the arena when it is time for her next fight. Yevelda is coming for Tark. She wants to take him down, and for the Zentarum for their betrayal, while getting as rich as she possibly can.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes, this would be a great twist on your classic rogue assassin, where she can't resist showboating and showing off with her kills, because she used to be a gladiator.
Yeah.
So I can have her, like, super sneak into the room and do the super sneak attack, then want to do a backflip with the bloody knife or something, and the rest of the room turns and looks at her.
I understand the urge. I understand that urge.
A lot of fun. This is a easy character to manage because you just want as much money as possible. So
exactly.
Wherever the work is, whoever's helping you get that work, you are in for. And revenge plots are always fun too.
Revenge plots are always fun.
So cool old half orc. There is in World of Warcraft. There's Garona, who is basically this character. She's an orc assassin who just pops up randomly, ready to kill stuff. So definitely, I'd say.
Okay.
But a lot of fun. All right, that'll do it for this episode. Join us next time where we throw this entire party together and set them on a random campaign and see how they get along.
We're going to serve the goulash.
I think they're going to be best friends.
BFF. The best friend gang. The best friend gang.
If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment or whatever else you can do on however you're listening to this.
Podcast things.
I am Tim.